Have you ever faced a situation where you've left your job, you've quit your job because of a bad boss or a bad leader? We face this situation, and I think once in a lifetime when we're working, we've always faced a situation where we're not able to cope up with the unfair attitude of our bosses, where we feel they're always biased, they don't recognize, they don't acknowledge our efforts that we are putting in, and they're playing some politics in the company, and hence we just don't want to argue, so we quit our jobs. There are a lot of surveys and a lot of studies have taken place which have clearly indicated that maximum time when an employee is leaving the organization is when the bosses are not being very fair, when the leaders are not leading the whole team in the right manner, right? But if we look at it in a very different scenario, being neutral, see, we have to understand that team without a leader is directionless. And of course, a leader without a team has no meaning at all, right? Do you agree? Now, if we look at, see, a team is a collective of individuals with diverse skills and abilities. And without a leader to guide them and give direction, this potential remains untapped. In the absence of the leader, the team is often very disorganized, is demotivated, is not able to take decisions, even the smallest decisions they are struggling with, right? Which is leading to confusion, and in the long run, we see that the productivity levels of the whole team comes down. On the other hand, if we talk about a leader, now a leader finds purpose and meaning in through the team that it is serving or the team that is leading. A leader's influence and impact comes to life by guiding, by supporting, by empowering their team members. Right? Now, if you don't have a team, a leader's skill and expertise is of no use at all. Why? It's a total waste. Even if you are a good leader, you have great expertise, but if you don't have a team, then whom are you going to be leading, right? So today we're going to be talking about what are those must have, should have leadership skills. So if you're aspiring to be a leader in your flourishing career very soon, or you are already a leader but you would like to still enhance and better your leadership skills, so let's get to know what are those leadership skills that I'm going to be talking about, and see if you can tick them in your bucket list that you have with you, right? So let's get started with today's episode on Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. You with Sonia, and we're having our first cup of coffee for the day. So let's get started. But before that, please hit the subscribe button if you've still not done so. So let's get started. So see, it's not always reserved for those who are born with the natural affinity for leading. We always say that there are some people who are like born leaders. You know, they have those leadership qualities. But majority of the crowd that we see, they're not born leaders. But yes, through continuous learning and practice, you can actually become a good leader. Right? So let's talk about what are those skills that you should have, must have to become a good leader. Now, number one is vision. Now, every leader needs to have a vision of where you want to go, where you want to lead the team to, and that vision also needs to be aligned to the larger picture of the organization. What is the organizational goal, and hence what is your team's goal for the next 3 months, next 1 year, 1 month, 1 week. So a leader needs to have a vision, because if you don't have a vision, then it's like you are standing with your team on a crossroad with so many roads in the front, and you don't know which road to walk on, because you don't know what will be the end result of that road. So a leader needs to have vision if you want to inspire other people to paint a picture of the future road. So you need to have a vision, and you need to inspire people in your team to actually paint that picture of why are we going to be walking on that road, and what is going to be the outcome of when we finish that journey on that particular path. So if you're launching a particular project, you need to have a vision why I want to launch that project. How is it going to benefit each and every individual in the team? What is it that for me they're able to counter to the team members. And of course, the whole team is also very satisfied that yes, this is the reason we are doing it. Because if you don't have a vision, then the team will have a lot of questions. Why are we doing it? When are we going to do it? How is it going to benefit the company? How many months do we need to finish the project, etc. So the questions will not stop if you don't have a vision. So a good leader needs to have a vision, right? Number 2, empathy. So a good leader needs to understand the needs, the concerns, the challenges that the team is facing. They should be very realistic. They should be approachable, and they should understand that okay, why the team is not able to perform. Is it because they don't have the right tools and ammunition to fight their battles, or there is a team member who is a notorious one who's not letting everybody concentrate and work, or you feel that there is one team member who's having some health issues or some personal issues because of which they're not able to contribute. Because see, a leader needs to acknowledge each and every team member's contribution and should be able to show empathy to the right team member who is struggling to fit into the whole team. See, not everybody will be a fast learner. So there will be slow learners, there'll be fast learners, right? There'll be people who will quickly just turn around things and make things happen. There'll be others who will be still struggling to figure out their ways around. So a leader should be able to take everybody together, make sure that they walk the same path with the same pace, and whosoever is a slow learner, they should not say, okay, I don't need a slow learner. I don't want this person in my team. But instead, the team member or the leader should be able to acknowledge that yes, this team member is slow in these things but is a very quick learner in the others. This person has these skills which I need in my team, and hence I'm going to make sure that I help this person improve their whatever the slow areas are where the person is struggling, and I'm going to make sure that the person is motivated and charged up enough to catch up with the progress of the team, right? So a leader actually tries to put himself or herself in the team's shoes and experience what are those pain areas, what are those challenges that they're facing, and is able to find solutions for those people so that everybody is motivated to work along with each other, right? So a good leader needs to show empathy, needs to be concerned about the team in the good and the bad times together in overall, right? Number 3, a good leader needs to be an effective communicator. I've spoken about this multiple times in most of my videos that a good leader needs to articulate their thoughts and should be able to communicate their thoughts in a very simple, easily understandable manner to the entire team, so that the team is not struggling to figure out, what is the boss saying. It's not like the leader is trying to build in a story, is just going on saying things in a very boring manner, and the team is like shutting themselves completely. We are not able to understand what the boss is saying. We face this every now and then. I've also had few bosses where I really could not understand what are they expecting from me. They are talking, and in the middle only I've lost them, because they go on different directions and they're not communicating properly. Sometimes their body language is not right, sometimes their tone is not right, sometimes they don't have the excitement if they want to launch a particular project, or they're doubting their own theories most of the time. So a good leader needs to know how to clearly articulate their thoughts and then communicate in the right manner and ensure that the team understands what they're saying. So maybe they should start asking probing questions to the team so that they know that the whole team is on one page and they have understood what they were trying to communicate, right? So a good leader needs to be a good communicator as well. That's a very mandatory skill to have if you want to be a good leader, right? So number 4, adaptability. So a good leader needs to adapt themselves to the changing times, changing trends, changing customer preferences, new projects that you're bringing in. So a good leader needs to adapt to these moving trends, right? And hence they should also inspire the team to move with the changing trends. So it's not like you say, okay, I'm rigid, I will not accept this, I love where I am, my team is loving where I am. So where will be the growth if you're not going to accept the new ideas, new challenges? If you're not going to accept them, then whatever level that you are today, you'll always remain there, and then you're forcing the whole team to be with you at the same level. Come on, today with the Gen Zs and millennials working with all the energy and passion and new ideas, they want to try something out of the box, they want to try new things and see how they can contribute to the overall success of the project or the task in hand. If you're not going to be okay with that, then you are actually suffocating the whole team, and the team is going to be very soon demotivated. They're going to look around to see, can I change my department, can I change my team? And you don't want that, right? You want your team to look up to you with complete enthusiasm. You want them to trust you as well, right? So you need to adapt yourself to the changing trends, changing teams also, like changing teams' desires. If they want to try out new ways, then you need to trust the team to let them try new ways and adapt yourself to it, right? Changing mindsets, you need to adapt to that, and that's how you will be a good leader as well. So a good leader needs to adapt to the changing times, changing mindsets, changing market trends, etc. Right? Now the next one is resilience. Now a good leader needs to be also resilient. See, we all are humans, we all make mistakes, we all go through lows in our life where things never go right. No matter what we do, we always, times we face failures. I've done a separate session on failures, so you can refer to that as well. So we always face failures and success is part and parcel of our work life. What work life? It's part of our personal life too. But coming to our work life, we do face failures as well, and we have to give it that, if it's a leader, the leader cannot make a mistake. Hello, the leaders also are humans, they can make mistakes. So if you're a leader and you've made a mistake because of which it has costed the team, it has costed the company, and you say, I've lost the face in front of my team, I've lost this battle, how can I lose this, what will my team think of me? And you get into a self-pity zone, you criticize yourself, or you start criticizing the team. Oh, because of you I had to fail, because of you I have to face this consequences from the company. Now that's not a healthy sign. Take a break, breathe, analyze what happened, break it into chewable bites, and then see what is the learning out of it, why things didn't go right. Take the learnings, move on, come back, bounce back from those setbacks. And that is a very good quality of a leader. If a leader can bounce back, take the learnings and bounce back from those setbacks, and can also inspire the team to bounce back, that has a very positive impact on the whole team, because the team will feel, okay, fine, we have a leader who faces the setbacks in a very nice manner, in a very positive way, and is also looking at us to say that, okay, fine, it's all right, let's take the learnings so that next time if we are faced with a similar situation, we know what to do. Or whatever mistakes that we've done, let's try not to repeat those mistakes, right? So a good leader needs to be resilient, needs to have that mindset into not just sulking and go deep down, because if you drown, you're going to drown the whole team, and don't do that. So just bounce back, take the learnings and move on with the next assignment or the next task or the next goal that you've kept for your team, right? So be resilient. Now the next one is decision making. We've seen many times, I have seen a lot of leaders who will keep postponing their decisions, or they don't know what decision to make, because they're not able to only make a decision. So a team will come to you to say that, sir, we've discussed within the team and we feel we have to launch this project. So we've done a pricing strategy, we've done a launch strategy, and we've given you some options as to what kind of collateral, what should be the marketing rollout plan. And the boss says, okay, you keep it on the table, I'll look at it and I'll come back to you. So days go by, weeks go by, and then the team is just following up with you, and you're not taking any decision. So sooner or later the team will realize what kind of a leader we have who is not able to take a decision also. right? So you need to actually, you're the face of the whole team. So you need to be a quick decision maker. You should be able to weigh the pros, the cons, look at what is the worst outcome of that, what is the best outcome of that, and then take very well informed decisions. So you're able to take quick and smarter decisions, which is good for the team, which is good for the company as well, right? Keeping the interest of both in hand, right? So you need to be a good decision maker. You cannot just keep postponing those decisions, and you cannot every time be looking up to somebody else for making that decision for you. Because if somebody else is going to keep making those decisions for you, then you are losing control over your authority, and you're losing control over your team as well. So please start taking decisions in the right manner. Now, next one after decision making is problem solving. See, we as humans in our team, we have people from different temperaments, different backgrounds, different working styles. People talk differently, people work differently. So people have different attitudes, different issues coming in. So there'll be some team members who will try to charm the boss or charm the leader, show the other team members down. So which means there'll be one team member who will start playing politics. There'll be one team member who's always a troublemaker. There'll be one team member who will be always positive. There'll be one team member who will always lift the morale of the team, and they're sometimes they make very good leaders as well, right? So you have a team of mixed personalities, right? And you have to handle them. So, and it's never that you'll never have problems. In our day-to-day work life, we are always often faced with challenges and problems. So a good leader needs to go to the root cause of that problem and needs to find some solutions for it, right? Needs to weigh the pros and cons and figure out where the problem happened, why did it happen, was it a human error, was it intentionally done, was it something which was nobody's fault but it just happened because maybe we didn't envision that problem could have happened, right? So a leader should be able to handle these problems maturely and should not be very impulsive. You should not take actions very impulsively on your mood swings and etc. So you should take the health of the entire team into consideration when you're solving these problems, and after you've actually done your entire background check. Because I've seen there are a lot of leaders who will hear one side of the story and take the action. Okay, fine, you're out of my team. That doesn't go. You have to hear all sides of the stories and then resolve the issues. You cannot just listen to one side of the story and take a decision and you say, okay, problem solved. It doesn't happen like that. So you need to have good problem solving skills with you, right? Now the next one is authority and accountability. Now, a good leader needs to be having the right kind of authority with him. Now, what kind of a leader are you if you don't have any authority? For everything you're running to your senior. You're a leader of your team, but for everything you're running to your senior, okay, I'll come back to you, let me check with my senior, let me check with my senior. The team will say, what the heck, if you cannot take any decision, then why are you leading this team? So, every leader should have some authority on taking some decisions which they don't have to refer back to somebody high up in their ladder, right, hierarchy. So you should have the authority to take those decisions. Don't mind the train sound, there is a railway track nearby. So coming to accountability. Now, when it comes to being a leader, you need to, with authority, you need to also be accountable for your actions and the actions of the team. So it should not be, if the project is successful, you go in the front to take the medal, to take the star, to take the trophy. But when it comes to things are not going right, the project failed, you put your entire team in the front. Okay, fine, beat them, bash them, whatever, do with my team, it's their fault. So you need to take the accountability. If the things are not going right, you should say, except I was at fault, this did not go right, right? So if things are not going right and there are external parties coming face to face and knowing why did this happen, and they are putting up a showdown, like they're actually taking your class, and you don't, so you tell your team, come behind me, I'm there, I'm going to face the brunt of the company if things are not going right. And you tell the entire crowd in front to say that, talk to me because my team did what I told them to do. So please don't ask my team. You tell me. In separately, you can actually tell your team, okay, fine, you didn't do this properly, you should have done this properly. But in front of public, a good leader always takes a stand. Never lets the team face the brunt when the things are not going right. Because when that happens, your whole team will then look up to you. To say that, our boss is facing the music because the project failed and we didn't give in our best. And that's when the team will be charged up to say that we will never let our leader down. We'll never let our boss down, right? And that's a very good, it's like you're working in a great harmony where you are respecting each other, you're respecting each other's boundaries, and you're also acknowledging the fact that our actions might lead to our boss losing a face in some interdepartmental meeting. So a good leader always give the credit of any success to the team, and if there is anything not going right, the leader takes the blame for it, to say that, okay, fine, since I'm leading this team, this did not go well, I'm responsible for it, I'll figure out a way to fix this problem, and hence, so the team will actually then look up to you, and it's a very good, so if you are that kind of a leader, thumbs up to you. You're doing really wonderful, because there are very few leaders who do this. But yes, actually a good leader should be doing this, right? So my next point is team building. Now, in our day-to-day work, we often feel burnout. We are stressful. It's not like we come to work only to work. There has to be some fun element. People should laugh around, joke around also. You should give opportunity for the whole team to bond together with each other, understand each other. And that you can only do when you start doing some kind of a team building exercise. And a good leader acknowledges and realizes that this is the right time to do some kind of a team building exercise where everybody comes on one page as a team and they realize where things are going wrong, if there are any communication gaps, how we can fill them. They do some brainstorming sessions together to find solutions, etc. And these are a good thing to do. They keep the team in a very healthy space, right? My last thing that I want to talk about is time management. See, I've done a detailed session on time management. You can refer to that. But a good leader knows how to set priorities, knows how to delegate the right work to the right person, is always pushing the team to meet deadlines. So if you as a leader don't come to office on time and you keep thrashing your team members, you're not coming on time, the team will say, okay, you also don't come on time, no? So you need to set a good example for your team. So you need to make sure that you have priorities, you're meeting deadlines, you are taking quick decisions, you are respecting your time and your team's time. It's not like the team has worked on a particular project or a document and they leave it with you and you are not even bothered about it, but you respect their time to say that, okay, fine, I appreciate you investing that much of time. I'm going to make sure that I read it through completely, and in the next 24 hours, let's sit and discuss this. So that shows that you are respecting their time and you're not just valuing only your own time, right? So please make sure it's not like you are taking a 1 hour luxury lunch break and you're telling your team, finish your lunch in 10 minutes. So you are setting a good example for your team, because tomorrow eventually they will also become leaders and they will follow your traits. So if you are a good leader, then you are actually creating good leaders also in the long run. Right? I personally believe that a great leader empowers their team to reach their full potential. And whereas a good cohesive team provides a fertile ground for leadership to flourish. Right? So whether you are an aspiring leader or you are generally curious about leadership, or you are already a leader but you want to sharpen your leadership skills, I'm sure you'll agree that this is a partnership between a leader and a team which if works in harmony is like a win-win situation where you can achieve the goals, you can grow, then sky's the limit for the whole team, right? On that note, I'm going to end my Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. I hope you found this episode useful, and if you did, please do like, comment and share my video, and of course hit that subscribe button if you've still not done so. Have a fabulous day everyone, and I'm going to see you next Thursday. Bye bye.